giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. My name is Ahrayah,
Brother Itazawam,
and we're coming here on this quick hit to go ahead and edify our people. Today's lesson is going to be on, do you have to endure to the end to be saved? Right? Because there's many accounts in the Bible where, our people were delivered from situations, but they weren't saved. Can you give me the book of Matthew chapter 10, verse 19? Because at the end of the day, the Most High gave us the blessing, right? According to Romans chapter 9, verse 4, right? But at the end of the day, we have to continue to endure this thing in order for us to receive that full blessing, right? Because many of us have been taught wrong, saying that all we got to do is believe that, so-called the world knows Jesus, died and then was raised 3 days later in order to be saved. But we're going to go to the scriptures and see exactly what you got to do to be saved. Go ahead, King.
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 10, verse 19.
Bring it up.
But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak.
Right? So you ain't got to take no thought because, just like when Moses went in to Pharaoh and he said, I can't speak, and he ended up letting them take Aaron with him. You ain't got to worry about that. All you got to do is just go and do what the Most High asks you to do. Go ahead, King.
And for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. For it is not yet ye, no, Slakian. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you.
Go ahead, King.
Verse 21, and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death.
Right, Shalaki, and that's the reason why the Most High say, who's the same as your mother and your brother, right? Because he said, you can't sit there and you can't dwell with the table of the righteous and the table of devils, right? The table of God and the table of devils, right? So that's why the Most High said you got to separate. You can't walk unequally yoked, right? I can the light dwell with the darkness. Go ahead, King.
And the father, the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death.
Right? See? So at the end of the day, right, we got to go ahead and continue to walk this path according to the Most High. Because just like right now, in them holiday seasons, right? He said the wages of sin is death, according to Romans 6 and 23, right, King? Hey, so we know during these pagan holidays, they end up putting you in.
God,
man. Hey, give me the book of Jeremiah 17 and 5, right? Because at the end of the day, man, we got to understand, man, that the Most High is not playing with us, bro. Right? The Most High, he give us a strict set of instructions, right? That we got to just depend on him, man. We can't depend on all these other nations. We can't depend on all these other entities. We can't depend on our own vain opinion. That's why he said he'll put the words in your mouth. He'll speak for you.
That's right.
Hey, bring that thing out, King.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 5. Thus said the Lord, cursed be the man that trusted in man.
No, it's a blessing, brother.
Cursed be the man that trusted in man.
No, my pastor know what he talking about, brother.
Cursed be the man that trusted in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord.
Right, because we know as soon as we make man our arm, right, it's like going in the war, man. Right, we're going into war, and we depending on that guy next to us. Instead of depending on a gun, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you made man your arm, right? Most I said, you're going to depart from him, right?
Right.
And that's the thing, man. We got to stick strictly to the Most High, man. Right? You got anything to say, King?
Man, that's plain upon table. Like, I ain't trusting in no man. Man going to lead you to death.
Man,
that's pretty much it. The Lord. You got to lean on the Lord. That's it.
And you already know.
Put all your trust in the Lord.
All your trust. And lean not to your own understanding.
Lean not to your own understanding.
And give me the book of Matthew 10 and 22. And now we're going to start getting to the meat of this subject. Because at the end of the day, man, you know what I'm saying? The Most High have delivered a lot of people. But they thought they were saved.
They thought they were saved.
Just because you get delivered. You know what I'm saying? That's like that parable that you always bring out. Like when you running, You run from the bear.
Right.
You put your hand on the dang wall. Get bit by a dang squirrel.
Man, you thought you were saved.
You thought you were saved. You were delivered from that one situation, but you wasn't saved throughout all the situations. And that's why we got to continue to endure through the end, man. All right, bring that thing out, King.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22.
10 to 22. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, man, we got to continue to go through this thing, man. Right? We got to continue to do the work of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? No matter how cold it is. No matter how hard it is.
How hard it is.
How hot it is.
How hot it is.
No matter how much your family saying, look, man, you can pig.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? You can eat this Thanksgiving dinner. You can open this present. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
right.
It's a way that sounds good to me, man. The ways are real. Hey, go ahead, King.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 22.
Go ahead.
And ye shall be hated of all men.
No, they're going to speak well of you, brother.
And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake.
And we know we go through that all the time right now. People like, you believe in that silly stuff? Right? You believe in doing the work for the Most High? Right? But no, man, go ahead.
But he that endureth to the end shall be saved.
So I believe in Jesus.
But he that endureth to the end shall be saved.
Says he bowl biscuit with cheese?
But he that endureth to the end shall be saved.
But he that endure to the end shall be saved. Right? The Most High, and that's what I love about the Most High. He don't leave no room for gray area, right?
Nope.
He tell you flat out, look, if you do my way, it's foolproof. Right? You do my way, and you will get that prize of eternal life. But if you want to do your own way, then you didn't endure to the end. And then you're not going to be saved.
You're not going to be saved.
It's just simple, man. You got something to add, King?
Just pretty much what the scriptures say, endure to the end. Don't lean on your own opinion on, I could get myself out of this situation. I could do this. I've done it before. I can do it again. No, you leaning on to your own understanding. You must lean on to the Lord. That's it. That's the only one that's going to deliver you. The only one. That's it.
Yeah, I don't think nobody going to be able to get them own selves on the chariots.
That's right, King.
Hey, can you give me the book of Exodus 14:1? We're going to read the story of when, we're going to get to the meat of this lesson, man. It's going to be a little short one, a quick cut. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be one of the ones where we're just going to get to the point and let you know, a couple of different instances when people of our family, of our heritage, some of our ancestors, they got delivered and they mistaken it for being saved.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
And go ahead to Exodus 14 and start at verse 1. We'll read through 31, King.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speaking to everybody.
Speak unto the children of Israel that they turn and encamp before Pharaoh between Madal and the sea over against Bezosom before it shall ye encamp by the sea.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. For Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, they are entangled in the land. The wilderness has shut them in.
Go ahead.
Verse 4. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart.
And see, and that goes back into Romans when the Most High said, I'm going to harden Pharaoh's heart, right? Go ahead.
That he shall follow after them, and I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, that the Egyptians may know that I am the Lord.
See, and that's the problem that we go through right now in being Israel, right? Because a lot of us don't know the power that the Most High has possessed and the works and the wonders he's done. Right? So that's the reason why people don't believe in the Most High, brother.
They just looking for miracles and they just trying to do it on their own. They trying to see it, or like they're just begging for a miracle for physically to see one. You know what I mean? But just not believing in him.
But the funny part about it, there's so many miracles happening right now. Just like the other day, I was just talking to brother y'all was having. He was just saying that it was like 22 tornadoes yesterday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Earlier this week, it was like 40. It was like 40. I think it was like 40 earthquakes. You You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, the miracles are being done.
Miracles are being done.
You know, it's just the whole thing of it is, you know what I'm saying? People ain't really paying attention to it.
Right.
Go ahead, King.
Top of the 5.
Verse 4.
Verse 4. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, that he shall follow after them. And I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his host, that the Egyptians may know that I am the Lord. And they did so.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. And it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and of his servants was turned against the people. And they said, why have we done this?
Right, because he's like, man, we had all this free labor, man. We could have built our kingdom up even mightier. Look at where they helped us to get to.
Right.
Man, why did we let them go? He's like, man, let's go get them niggas. Right?
Why have we done this? That we have let Israel go from serving us. Verse 6. And he made ready his chariot and took his people with him. Verse 7. And he took 600 chosen chariots.
He took his top soldiers, man, his top horses, his top chariots. Go ahead.
And all the chariots of Egypt and captains over every one of them.
So he took all his captains, man, all his best soldiers, bro. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he pursued after the children of Israel.
Go ahead, King.
And the children of Israel went out with a high hand. Verse 9. But the Egyptians pursued after them all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh, and his horsemen, and his army, and overtook them encamping by the sea, beside Pharaoh before Bethazam. Verse 10. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore after, and so afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord.
See, and this is where the Most High is just so merciful, man, because you see, like, as Pharaoh started to advance towards us and catch up to us and gain ground on us, hey, we started crying out, like you always say. He said the cry of Jerusalem is going up, right?
Right.
So let's see what the Most High did, because he's so gracious. He don't want the apple of his eye to be touched. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dwelt thus with us, to carry us forth out of Egypt?
Right? He said, yeah, they questioning Moses, like, man, you said there was going to be a blessing for us to, get away from Pharaoh. But in actuality, it almost seemed like it's a curse to come out here and die. Right? Go ahead, King.
This is verse 12. Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians?
That sounds like us right now, right? We try to tell our people right now, hey, you guys chosen people, right? Right? Deuteronomy 76. Right? Above all people. Nah, I'm good. I just want to be a nigga in America. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a wetback in America. I want to be a savage in America.
I want to be a savage.
Right? Come on, brother. Come on, man. Go ahead.
For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians.
It's been what?
For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians.
Christmas?
For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness.
Go ahead, King.
Verse 13.
It's crazy.
And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord.
See, and he's not talking to everybody. Here we go with the salvation again, brother. This is a clean cut right here to salvation, because he ain't saying, hey, everybody get to stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. Everybody don't need to be saved. Right? Israel is the only one that the Most High has given salvation to, man. Here's another clear cut. Go ahead, King.
Which he shall shew to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever.
Right? Go ahead.
Verse 14. The Lord shall fight for you.
He said what?
The Lord shall fight for you.
So there's all these camps out there, trying to fight Esau, trying to, play. We ain't got to do that, man.
You ain't got to do that. Nope.
Moses tells you flat out that the Most High is going to fight for us. Go ahead.
And ye shall hold your peace.
Go ahead.
Verse 15. And the Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward.
They're going to go forward, right? Because when the time comes in hand, the Most High is going to allow us then to fight. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, King.
Verse 16. But lift thou up thy rod, and stretch out thy hand over the sea, and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea.
Go ahead.
Verse 17. And I, behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them.
Because you think that they wanted to follow them into the sea? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Ain't no telling how tall them walls of water was held back.
Boy.
You think they're looking at that like, oh, we're going to go in.
We're going to go in, yeah.
No, they probably looking at that like, but the Most High harden their heart like, no, we finna get these niggas.
God.
Right? Go ahead.
And verse 17, and I, behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them. And I will get me honor upon Pharaoh.
Honor upon Pharaoh, right? Go ahead.
And upon all his hosts, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. Verse 18, and the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh.
And you know what that remind me of, brother? You think about it, it remind me of all the other nations. All the other nations, they honor the Most High. They respect the Most High.
They do.
Right? But what about Israel?
Don't even know about him. Don't know nothing about him.
Don't even respect nothing about him.
Don't respect him.
You're the chosen people, and you don't even respect the Most High, man, in this truth, man. Go ahead, King.
Verse 18, and the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. Verse 19, and the angel of God, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them.
And this is the beauty of the Most High, man. Keep going, brother. Look how beautiful the Most High did, man.
Verse 20.
They was gaining ground. Watch what the Most High did.
And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these.
Man, he made it dark by Pharaoh the whole way and made it daytime by Israel.
Man.
The darkness and the light, man.
Right.
Good and evil. Wicked and righteous, man.
Wicked and righteousness.
Brother, go ahead.
So that the one came not near the other all the night.
Brother just kept them at that certain distance, man.
Verse 21. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. Verse 22. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left.
And could you just imagine that sight, brother? Could you just imagine that sight? How the Most High just, brother.
Scary.
I mean,
man.
And that's what I'm saying, though.
Right.
And you got to understand, too, though. You know what I'm saying? The Most High doing all these marvelous works, man. Like, after going through this feat, how could you doubt the Most High after this point?
How can you doubt him? After this point right here, right?
He not only pulled them out of Egypt, going back, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He pulled them out of Egypt. He killed all the firstborn. He gave them all the pestilences, the frogs, right? Gave them the swords, gave them all these different pestilences. Then after that, But when he delivered them, you don't understand. When he delivered them, he also delivered them and gave them all the spoils of Egypt. Took all the cattle, gold, silver, all the substance. So they're not only just carrying just the families of Israel, but they're carrying all of Egypt's substance. You see what I'm saying? So, man, that's a marvel within itself. But then now you're running from them, and they're on chariots, and you're actually on foot. And they're never, the Most High never allowed them to gain ground to the point where they can catch you. Then he put the pillar, the cloud, the chariot between them, and give them dark and you light going through the ocean or the sea. So that way they never gain ground on you to catch you. They never gain ground. And that's so gracious of the Most High. All praises to Yahweh. Yeah.
Verse
23.
And the Egyptians pursued it and went in after them to the midst of the sea. Even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen.
And you know that was the Most High to make all of them go in. You know someone was scared like, I ain't going in there.
I ain't going in there. Verse 24. And it came to pass that in the morning watch the Lord looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud and troubled the host of the Egyptians.
He did what?
And troubled the host of the Egyptians. Verse 25. And took off their chariot wheels.
All praises.
That they drave them heavily. So that the Egyptians said, let us flee from the face of Israel. For the Lord fighteth for them against the Egyptians.
And that's what we're trying to let our people know, man. Right? That if we can come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, the Most High is going to fight for us, man.
That's right, King.
Right? He's going to deliver us like he did the Egyptians, man. Right? But we have to believe, man, and do this work. That's the first step. Like we always say, we got to believe, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. Nobody don't see no more of these miracles, man.
King.
Go ahead, King.
Verse 26. Verse 26. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thy hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots, and upon their horsemen. Verse 27. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to his strength when the morning appeared. And the Egyptians fled against it. And the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea.
Go ahead.
Verse 28. And the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen and all the host of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them.
And there's actually archaeological proof that down at the bottom they have coral reefs that are actually in the actual circumference of a wheel, a chariot wheel, and chariots where there's moss, and then there's sea urchins and creatures and things that actually formed around those chariots.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually saw an Edomite deep sea diving and actually went and discovered it in that portion of the Red Sea.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's actually archaeological proof that has totally happened. Go ahead.
Verse 29. But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. Verse 30. Thus the Lord saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore.
Go ahead.
Verse 31. And Israel saw that great work which the Lord did upon the Egyptians, and the people feared the Lord and believed the Lord and his servant Moses.
Yeah, and you know how we do. You know what I'm saying? We good once we get delivered.
Right.
You know, we delivered.
Right.
Like, oh man, I'm straight.
Straight now,
got that stimulus check. You know what I'm saying? I'm delivered. Pay my bills real quick. Give me a pair of J's. Right, but then as soon as we get done, we get comfortable, man. Right. You know how Israel do, man. Right? So now we're going to see that same group of people, after they got delivered, they must have mistaken it for being saved, man. Give me the book of Numbers 14:1. Right? Because, you know what I'm saying? When everything going good, You know how Israel do. We good.
Right, we good.
Yeah, once everything ain't going our way again,
right?
You know, we get back into that same slump, man.
Right.
Go ahead, King.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 14, verse 1.
Yeah.
And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night.
So here we go. We got delivered. Now all of a sudden we back to crying and weeping and hollering and screaming. Right? Come on, man.
Sounds just like this.
That's us, man. Watch this.
Verse 2. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron.
No, they were happy because they got delivered.
And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron. And the whole congregation said unto them, would God that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would God we had died in this wilderness?
You know what I'm saying? Still just cannot be happy, man. Can't be happy. Can't be happy, brother.
Forsaken, man. Ungrateful, man. It's just, man.
Could you imagine seeing that sight, man?
Yeah, man. I would have been, that would have been it for me. I'm telling you right now, the Lord is on our side. And that's all you need. Just to believe him, fear him, and love him.
Love him.
That's it.
But yet,
they don't.
Here we go.
Murmuring.
Man.
Verse 3. And wherefore has the Lord brought us unto this land to fall by the sword?
Most I never told him that, though.
That our wives and our children should be a prey.
So why would he let you be a prey there? And he let you get a hold of all the host of Pharaoh's army. The mightiest army at that time. Ever assembled.
Right.
But yeah, he gonna let you be delivered from that. Right. But he gonna let you die. Come on, man.
Were it not better for us to return into Egypt? Oh, man. Verse 4. And they said one to another, let us make a captain, and let us return into Egypt.
Brother, I'm just saying, brother.
Man.
And look, and this is Israel to the T, because it seemed like we're never happy, man.
We're never happy. It's never satisfied.
It's never satisfied. As soon as we get to the next level, then we want that next level.
Right.
So why can't you just be happy that the Most High gave you that level?
That's it. Be grateful. Humble yourselves. Oh, man.
Yeah, brother.
Verse 5. Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel. Verse 6. And Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes.
Right.
Verse 7. And they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying, the land which we passed through to search it is an exceeding good land.
Right, go ahead.
Verse 8. If the Lord delight in us.
You think you'll delight in us if we complaining? Come on, man.
Then he will bring us into this land and give it us, a land which floweth with milk and honey.
So he's saying, like, look, man, this is a beautiful land, bro. This is a gorgeous land. And it can produce all the crops we need. It can raise all the livestock we need. Right? It can be everything fruitful as far as plants and vegetables and everything we need. Plus, on top of that, you know, to be able to make a foundation for our family throughout generations. Right? It's going to be beautiful, man. But if the Most High find favor in us, though, let's see if we find favor in us.
Verse 9. Only rebel not ye.
Only
rebel not ye against the Lord. Neither fear ye the people of the land.
So them the two stipulations. He said, don't rebel against the Most High. And don't fear the people that's in that land, because the Most High done gave us this land already.
That's right.
What's this?
And okay. For they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them. And the Lord is with us.
The Lord is what?
And the Lord is with us. Fear them not.
But that's all you need to know.
That was it right there.
Brother, what else you need to know?
That was it, King. The Lord is with us. Fear them not.
If the Lord is with us, who can be against us, brother? Who? Oh man,
it's like having a ultimate weapon, and you can never be defeated. Like it's just no way. It's no possible way. But you want to murmur and complain all the time when it's never going your way,
brother.
When the miracle is up, and you just go back into this depressed mode where it's like, man, it's always wanting more. You always want more, and you're never satisfied.
Never, bro. Never.
Satisfied. This is on 11, right?
No, Verse 10.
Verse 10. But all the congregation, they stoned them with stones.
Yep.
And the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all the children of Israel.
Most High had to make an announcement, man. He had to make an appearance, brother. Right? He's like, the Most High, like, he's like, look, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to let y'all know what's going on. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long will this people provoke me?
What did he say?
How long will this people provoke me?
Now, how long is these people going to continue to play, man, after every time I keep doing and doing and doing? Right? Now you know that's why our kids do it.
Wow. Now, yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Makes
perfect sense.
You know what I'm saying?
And how long will it be ere they believe me?
Man, you don't even believe in the Most High after all the miracles, the dang tall water, keeping Pharaoh a certain distance so they couldn't catch you, letting you leave out of their kingdom with all their possessions.
Right.
Brother, how many more?
How many more?
How many more miracles do you need to see?
Grateful,
brother.
For all the signs which I have shewed among them.
What do you say?
For all the signs which I have shewed among them.
Brother, how many more signs do I got to show you? Bro.
It doesn't make sense.
Hey, bro, that's the most mightiest army you just defeated.
And
then raise one finger, bro.
And raise one finger.
Bro, you ain't have to stand off and fight.
Nah, nope.
You have to do none of that.
None of that. Just believe in him, fear him, and love him, right? And he will deliver you. He will get you out of harm's way. But you murmuring because what? Oh man, the Father came.
Brother, that's why the Most High, man, brother.
Came, man. This is really crazy. We got 13. Verse 13. And Moses said unto the Lord, then the Egyptians shall hear it.
No, he's sicking up for us. Watch this.
For thou broughtest up this people in thy might from among them. Verse 14. And they will tell it to the inhabitants of this land. For they have heard that thou, Lord, art among this people. That thou, Lord, art seen face to face. And that cloud standeth over them. And that thou goest before them by daytime in a pillar of a cloud and in a pillar of fire by night.
Like the Most High gave us everything we needed. And see, they even forgot that little bit. Like at nighttime, y'all got the light. They had the camp.
They had the camp, right? That's
you know what I'm saying?
They got the evil got the night, and the righteous got the day, the light.
And give us the cloud so they wouldn't see them. It was like camouflage. Well, they don't get much better, man.
They don't get no much better. Verse 15. Now, if thou shalt kill all these people as one man.
See, the Most High, man, we was angry at the Most High. He was about to kill everybody. He's a great and terrible God, according to Nehemiah 1:5. Go ahead.
Then the nations which have heard the flame of thee will speak, saying, verse 16, because the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land which he sware unto them. Therefore, he has slain them in the wilderness.
Man. Hey, the Most High wasn't playing games, brother.
Playing no games,
I'm
King.
saying, bro, but
nope.
We got to get our mind right, bro.
King.
Even still to this day.
Till this day. Till to this
all
day.
the wonders he's still showing us, brother. Like, he's still showing us the wonders of hurricanes. And he's showing us the wonders of earthquakes, tornadoes, and everything,
right.
brother.
Right.
And still, though, what is going on? We still don't believe.
We still don't believe. Don't have no faith in him. Don't lean on him. We don't. Man, it's forsaken. Verse 17. And now I beseech thee, let the power of the Lord be great.
Of my Lord be great.
Oh, my Lord, Slakia. Oh, my Lord be great. According as thou hast spoken, saying, verse 18. And the Lord is long suffering.
Hey, thankful the Most High is long suffering. Brother, dealing with us, he got to be long suffering.
Gotta be. And of great mercy.
So thankful he is.
For forgiving iniquity and transgression. And by no means clearing the guilty.
Yeah, just because you thought you got away with it, don't mean you ain't getting a judgment on it.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation.
That's why we was going through the things we was doing, because our forefathers have sinned and are not. Right? So he had to punish us, man. Now we just not coming back to our heritage. Go ahead, King.
Verse 19. Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people according unto the greatness of thy mercy. And as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt even until now. Verse 20. And the Lord said, I have pondered according to thy word.
Yeah, pardon
according to thy word.
Man.
Verse 21. But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord. Verse 22. Because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and I have tempted and have tempted me.
Right, he did the miracles, man, and they still tempting him, brother.
This is crazy.
Crazy, brother. He gave you a land, right? He giving you a land. All he tell you, look, is to go ahead and just honor him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And glorify him. And he going to take you into the land. But they can't even do that, brother. So let's see what happened.
Tempted me now these 10 times.
These what?
These 10 times. And have not hearkened to my voice. Verse 23. Surely they shall not see the land.
He said what?
Surely they shall not see the land.
And see, and that's what happens, man. When you keep continue to do it wrong and disrespecting the Most High, it's like any kid. Right? Your kid asks you, hey, you know what I'm saying? You know, your kid asks you, can I get a car? You're like, all right. And then they keep disrespecting you.
Wow.
At some point, you're going to be like, you ain't buying the car now.
No, you ain't. No. You ain't getting it.
That's what the Most High said.
I done that, and man, I looked at crazy by accident, man, because I wasn't getting it. No.
Man.
Makes sense. Wait. Okay, verse 23. Surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoked me see it. Verse 24. But my servant, Caleb, because he had another spirit with him.
And this is the spirit that we got to move in nowadays. You know what I'm saying? We got to move in that spirit of having a different spirit than the rest of our forefathers, man. Having a different spirit than all those that are around us. We got to move in that Maccabee spirit, man. Right? Go ahead, King.
And has followed me fully.
And have did what?
And has followed me fully.
Right? We got to go ahead and follow the Most High fully, man. Go ahead.
Him will I bring into the land whereinto he went, and his seed shall possess it. Verse 25. And now the Amalekites, and the Canaanites dwell in the valley. Tomorrow turn you and get you into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. Verse 26. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, verse 27, how long shall I bear with this evil congregation?
And I guarantee you the Most High saying that right now, brother. I guarantee you saying that right now, man. He said, how long, man? How long?
How long I gotta keep going through this?
I gotta keep doing this, brother. Yeah, I gotta keep bearing with this evil congregation, man. Evil brother, brother, man, Most High, man, he ain't playing that game, bro.
Man. With murmuring against me.
Was doing what?
Which murmuring against me. I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel, which they murmured against me. Verse 28, say unto them, as truly as I live, said the Lord, as ye have spoken in my ears, so will I do to you.
So will I do what?
So will I do to you.
See, murmur, man, right? Most I like, okay, I'm gonna give you something to murmur for. Then when I give you that what you want to murmur for, you gonna wish you ain't ever murmured.
Right.
Come on, brother.
Verse 29, your carcasses shall fall in the wilderness, and all that were numbered of you, according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upwards.
They didn't want to have that same mindset going into the wilderness, right? Going into the promised land. Go ahead.
Which have murmured against me.
Go ahead.
Verse 30, doubtless ye shall not come into the land.
Go ahead.
Concerning which I have swear to make you dwell therein. Save Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua, the son of Nun.
Right.
Verse 31. But your little ones, which ye said should be a prey, them will I bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have despised.
But you despise, because the Most High has something beautiful for us, man. Right?
Right.
So we're going to go into Joshua chapter 5 and verse, you know what I'm saying? We're going to speed it up a little bit, you know. I was trying not to make it too long, you know, but
that was a great story.
Yeah, man. I mean, because it's one of them situations, like I said, where, you know what I'm saying, when just because we get delivered, don't mean we saved, man.
Don't mean we saved.
Right? We're going to get to the point. Go to the book of Joshua chapter 5 and verse 5. We'll go to verse. Let's go 6. Let's go to verse 6 and just get to the point.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 5, verse 6. For the children of Israel walked 40 years in the wilderness, till all the people that were men of war, which came out of Egypt, were consumed.
Right, and that's the thing. This is just the whole point of this, because the Most High had delivered them, but just because you delivered don't mean you saved. Right, and it even comes back to today. Right. Like he's delivering us by opening us up to this truth, because the book was closed. So he's delivering us by setting us free.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But just because he's delivering us don't mean that we saved. We got to continue to endure. Go ahead, King.
Because they obeyed not the voice of the Lord, unto whom the Lord sware that he would not shew them the land.
And it's just like today, you know what I'm saying? We don't continue to endure, right? We're not going to see the land, man.
Right. King.
Right?
It's like being like rewarded, basically. You know?
We got to continue to endure this thing.
We got to keep enduring. That's the reward.
That's the reward.
At the end.
That's the reward, brother.
Because they were, okay, which the Lord sware unto their fathers that he will give us, a land that floweth with milk and honey.
And you know, that's just the kingdom, man, right? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump to Genesis 19 and 1, right? Because this is another account, right, of somebody that got delivered. But just because you got delivered don't mean you saved, man. Right? You got to continue to endure this thing, man. Right?
It's the 19 1.
Yep.
Okay. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 19, verse 1. And there came 2 angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the great gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. Verse 2. And he said, Behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early, and go on your ways. And they said, Nay, but we will abide in the street all night. Verse 3. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him, and entered into his house, and he made them a feast. Verse 7. Now therefore, come. And he made them a feast.
Did bake.
Is it? Come. And did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat.
Go ahead.
Verse 4. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round, both old and young, all the people from every quarter.
Watch what they say. Just wicked.
Verse 5. And they called unto Lot, and said unto him, Where are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them.
That they may know them. That's just wicked, brother.
Wicked.
Man.
Wicked.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. And Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after him. Verse 7. And said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Verse 8. Behold now, I have 2 daughters which have not known man.
He have what?
I have 2 daughters which have not known man.
So he was trying to offer his daughters up to these men. Like, look, man, not the guys that came in, right, which were angels. They didn't know. Like, but look, I got 2 daughters, man. I'll offer my daughters to y'all, man. Go ahead.
Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing. For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. Verse 9. And they said, Stand back. And they said again, This one fellow came into Sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Now will we deal worse with thee than with them? And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door.
That's how wicked they were. They was willing to break the door down to get in there to the men. Crazy, brother.
Verse 10. But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them, and shut to the door. Verse 11. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness.
See, that's a blessing, man. Most I like, man, they wicked, man. I'm going to go ahead and give them this blindness real quick. Tell them back on up.
God. Both small and great. So that they wearied themselves to find the door.
Find the door, like, where's it at? Where's it at? They can't see nothing.
Yeah, the Most High. All praises to the
eyes
Most
can't
High.
see.
Verse 12. And the men said unto Lot, Hast thou here any besides son-in-law, and thy sons, and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city? Bring them out of this place.
The angels like, look, man, anybody that's your family, I advise you, you better get them up out of this city. Man. Right?
Verse 13. For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord.
They sin cup them filled up.
And the Lord has sent us to destroy it. Verse 14. And the Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get you out of this place, for the Lord will destroy this city. but he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law.
Right, and that sounds like Noah, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
Noah was preaching to everybody like, look, man, the Most High he finna go ahead and he finna judge the world, man. He finna flood this thing, right? Going on every night, right? What did everybody say? I don't know what you're talking about. Partying, drinking, giving in marriage, taking in marriage, right? Their sons-in-law mocked him. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And when the morning arose, then the angels hasted Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city.
They like, look, man, the time has risen. Most High, like, look, you're about to take this spot out, man. Y'all better get on up. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, your time is at hand now.
Verse 16. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, the Lord being merciful unto him. And they brought him forth and set him without the city.
So they, one way or the other, they got them loose from them and set them. See, he had mercy, though. The Most High was mercy. Because actually, they could have got snatched up. The people had their hands. Right, go ahead.
Verse 17. And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, Escape from thy life. Look not behind thee.
They gave him a simple command. Escape for thy life and do not look behind thee. Right, go ahead.
Neither stay thou in all the plain. Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. Verse 18. And Lot said unto them, Oh, not so, my Lord. Verse 19. Behold, now thy servant has found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast shewed unto me in saving my life. And I cannot escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me, and I die. Verse 20. Behold now, the city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. Oh, let me escape thither. Thither. Is it not a little one? And my soul shall live.
Right, so he pleading with the Most High, like, look, let me just escape to this nearby city, right? Because I don't know if I'm in the shape good enough to be able to go to the mountains, right? So let me escape to this little city,
right?
So then that way, you know what I'm saying, it'll be easier for me, you know what I'm saying, easier to get my family there. It's a small city, nobody will know, right?
Verse 21, and he said unto him, See, I have accepted thee concerning this thing also.
See how the Most High gave you favor, man?
That I will not overthrow this city for the which thou hast spoken.
See, go ahead.
Verse 22, Has thee haste thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till thou be come thither. Therefore, the name of the city was called Zor. Verse 23, the sun was rising upon the earth when Lot entered into Zor. Verse 24, then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven.
And actually, if you go into that city of Sodom and Gomorrah, nothing grows there.
Nothing
grows there. Right. And they said when they do readings, like they said it has a more powerful reading than like if there was a so-called meteorite hit something. It's radioactive. It can't grow anything. It's just sulfur.
Wow. To this day. Can't test.
But they need a miracle.
Verse 25. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the cities and that which grew upon the ground.
Well, here the point go right here.
Verse 26. But his wife looked back.
What happened?
But his wife looked back.
See, another instance, man. Just because you've been delivered don't mean you've been saved, brother. right?
Yeah, man. That follows instruction, man.
That's it. It was simple. He said, look, man, just go to the hills, go to the mountain. He even gave him favor, right? Like, look, okay, I'll let you go to the city.
Right.
The simple commandment, don't look back.
Don't look back. Don't look back. Escape with your life.
Escape with your life. But what happened in 26?
It says, but his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt.
See? Right? You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing. We got to listen to these instructions, bro.
Right.
Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? When we're doing the bidding of the Most High, can you read the book of Luke 9 and 62? Right? Because when we're doing the bidding of the Most High, man, and he gives us simple instructions, right? We can't do his work, but then be wondering what's going back over here. And that's why thus, when we said earlier in the lesson, that, you know, sometimes you got to, you know, relinquish the family. Right. Because the Most High will allow Satan to use your family to get you untuned.
Right.
That's why when he asked Yahweh, he said, your mother and your brother stand about and want to speak with you. He said, where's my mother? Where's my brother? My only mother and brother is the one that do the will of the Father. Because think about it. Your worldly family, your so-called, you know, fleshly family, they ain't down. Most of them ain't down to doing the will of the Father. Nope. They can cause you and pull you to do other will.
Right. Okay.
And that's just the thing that, you know, we face. You know what I'm saying? We just got to get to that balance of being able to release the world. You know what I'm saying? And live for the Most High.
Right. Let go of the world and live for the Most High.
Right. Because this precept right here is key into the reason that you got to make that decision this day. And what you're going to do is you're going to live for your family or live for the world. You know what I'm saying? Luke 9 and 62. Chapter 9, verse 62. Because at the end of the day, you got to keep your hand on the plow for the Most High, man. Go ahead and bring it out.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 9, verse 62.
Go ahead.
And I could say Yahweh. No.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want to do.
Okay, God. And Yahweh said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow.
No what?
No man having put his hand to the plow.
No man putting his hand to the plow to do this work. Go ahead.
And looking back.
And doing what?
And looking back.
What wife do?
Look back.
Go ahead.
And is fit for the kingdom.
And what?
Is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh.
See? And that's what happened, man. Most High was bringing them forward, brother. All she had to do was not look back. Right? And they'd have been saved.
That would have been saved. She would have been saved.
Deliverance don't mean you've been saved, brother. And that's what we're here to let people know. Right. You know, be made many situations the Most High may deliver us out of. But if we don't continue to press on and endure, brother, we're not going to be saved.
We're not going to be saved. Just because he gave us a little miracle doesn't mean we're saved. You got to keep enduring, like brother said. Like you can't just think like it's over and we're done with and I'm good now. I'm saved.
I'm saved.
I'm saved. Like it don't work like that. You got to keep enduring this thing.
Right. Give me the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 13. We're almost done with this thing. We got 2 more precepts. Right. But man, we're just coming with that message, man. At the end of the day, man, you just got to continue to endure. Right. You got to keep your head down. You got to plow forward, man. No matter what adversity comes to you. You got to keep moving, man.
Right. That's right. King.
Right. Go ahead and bring that thing out, King.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24.
Verse 13.
Oh, verse 13. Come. But he that shall endure unto the end.
He delivered me, so I'm good, brother.
But he that shall endure unto the end.
I'm straight, brother, because all I got to do is just make it past this 1 or 2 things.
But he that shall endure unto the end.
Go ahead.
The same shall be saved.
You got to endure, man. Right? You got to endure to the end. Luke 17 and 32, right? Because once you endure to the end, man, then you may have the right to the tree of life. You may have. It don't guarantee you.
May.
It don't guarantee you.
Word may.
May. It don't guarantee you. You know what I'm saying?
God.
So we're ending this lesson. I just wanted to end it with this because as powerful as that story is, we always got to remember this one thing. Go ahead and bring it out.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 17, verse
32.
Go
ahead.
Remember Lot's wife.
What'd he say?
Remember Lot's wife.
Say it one more time.
Remember Lot's wife.
Man, remember Lot's wife, man.
And that's in red. That's Yahweh saying that. Man.
Remember Lot's wife, man. and keep your hand on the plow.
That's right.
And don't look back.
That's right, King.
So with that being said, my name is Brother Ahrayah.
Brother Itazawam.
Hey, and we're going to say shalom.
Shalom.